All right, generals. Today we are going to step into the science classroom and look at food chains. Remember, every living thing needs energy in order to live. This notebook was created by Jit Denson. It was downloaded from the Smart Exchange. This is a interactive lesson, so all you need to do is actually read and click. However, you can still use the video and follow along with me. So let's get started. With those of you who want to do the notebook part, let's hit the next button so that you can see how this lesson works. So it is not a linear lesson, meaning you can't just keep hitting the next arrow to get started. You're going to really need to hit the concept check and the back button or each of these items in order to move through the lesson. So again, it's not linear, meaning you're going to go next, next, next. It requires you to hit these buttons. So go ahead and open up the notebook file and you can go ahead and get started. For those of you who want to just use the video, let's get started there. So I'm going to hit the next button and let's answer this question. What is a food chain? Discuss as a class what's a food chain, and then let's let's erase and see the answer. Okay, hopefully you said it's a model that shows how energy is passed. This is an example of the energy moving from the sun and rain to the bear. Okay, so organisms in a food chain can either be producers, consumers, or decomposers. Let's learn about each one. Let's first do producers. Okay, producers are plants. Why? Because they produce their own food. So here's how in the diagram. They use light energy from the sun, carbon dioxide from the air, and water from the soil to produce food in the form of glucose or sugar. This process is called photosynthesis. Let's click to learn more about photosynthesis.
The ultimate source of energy for life on Earth is the sun. Photosynthesis is the process used to capture the energy from the sun and put it to work. Cells derive energy for life by respiration, using compounds that were ultimately created by photosynthesis. Photosynthesis and cellular respiration are complementary processes. To follow the flow of energy, carbon, and oxygen through these processes, click on the words photosynthesis and cellular respiration.
Let's click on photosynthesis. Okay, now let's click on cellular respiration. Okay, now let's go back. And now let's look at consumers. Animals are called consumers. Why? Because they cannot make their own food, so they need to consume, in essence, eat plants and animals. There are three groups of consumers. Try to figure out what does each one eat. Go ahead and talk as a group, and then we're going to drag the blue text to reveal the answer. Okay, let's see if you figured out the answer for herbivores, which eat plants only. Carnivores, I can't speak this morning, which eat only animals. And eats plants and animals. So that's us, animals, and then animals that only eat plants. Now let's go back. Now let's look at decomposers. Decomposers are fungi and bacteria. They play an important role in the food chain. They break down dead material to turn them into nutrients in the soil, which plants use to grow. So here's the primary decomposers: fungi and bacteria. So now let's check your understanding by clicking on concept check. So when the plant or animal appears, click the correct button. We have already looked at producers, consumers, and decomposers. So let's see if we know how to get it right. Okay, I'm going to wait for you guys to figure out whether this cat would be a producer, consumer, or decomposer. Unpause the video when you're done. Okay, good. You said consumer. Next is grass, a producer, consumer, or decomposer. Again, unpause the video when you're done. You got it. Cow. You got it. Mushrooms. You got it. Flower. You got it. A bird. You got it. Algae. You got it. Fish. You got it. Worms. Nope, if you thought consumer. Nope, not a producer. Decomposer. Thought I was mix it up a little bit that time. Okay, so far you've done consumers, producers, and decomposers. And we, because of me, had 2 mistakes so far. So we need to review before going. Nah, I can actually click these for more help. But I reviewed, so I'm ready for more. Now let's, a house plant. You got it. Fungi. You got it. Human. You got it. Cactus. You got it. Mold. You got it. Butterfly. You got it. Tree. You got it. Bacteria. You got it. Okay. We are not going to play again. Let's go ahead and go to the next activity. And this is a consumer's game. Again, we have to drag each of these elements into where they would match. So go ahead and pause the video until you've matched all of the items, and then we'll check your answers. Okay, great job if you got those answers. Now for our last game. It's the food chain game. You drag the parts of the food chain to the correct place. When the chain is complete, it will come to life and you can watch the food chain in action. So let's play this game. Again, there's a simple chain, parts of the food chain, bird, flower, caterpillar. Place these items in the right order, and then it will animate. Unpause the video when you're done. Okay, you probably put flower, then the caterpillar, and then the bird. Okay, go ahead and go back to the notebook file and keep practicing and moving the items into the parts of the food chain until you're done with the game or until general time is over. I can't wait to talk to you again next week. Have a great day, General.